Hello, I'm Liverist, and I'm going to be bringing you a game on whatever this map is called. I actually have no idea what it's called, and I don't know how to find out. So that was a bad start. I'm against Friends, who is up in the top right hand corner. I think it's something about shipyard, this name. I have no idea. So this is the game, this is the very first game that I played after the very recent patch, including the new Terran unit. The day I played this game, everyone on ladder was, well, this isn't ladder, but I mean the unranked thing. Everyone was a Terran, so I was making the very strange call to play Protoss and not try out the new units, rather to test out how to deal with the units, which is more of an interesting thing to me than actually playing with it, because I'm not Terran. I'm far more interested to see how I can beat it. That seems the challenge. I mean, anyone can kill people with units that no one's seen before and don't know how to react to, whereas it's a little bit more of a challenge dealing with a unit that you've never seen before. Probably could have worded that sentence quite a bit better. So here I'm just talking about general things. Late in that same patch, the chat windows has changed quite dramatically. They've changed the AI quite a lot. I mean the UI, quite a bit different AI. What you can now do if you haven't got a Legacy of the LotV Beta, which is true for a lot of people, you can now just talk in a general chat to just people. Like anyone playing the game can now chat in just this public chat room. So that's really cool. It's just nice because you can just ask for a game to just the masses. You can ask, can I play a Protoss versus Terran against anyone please, question mark. And then hopefully you'd have some people respond. I mean, it's not so good with the few people which are playing beta because responses are a bit slow. Equally, it might not be good in the future when there are more people in the chat room, because there just might be a hell of a lot of spam, so I'm not sure how this is going to work out. I'm very curious to find out, and it's quite exciting for me, all the changes which have come in the latest patch. So I don't have as much time to talk about things as I used to have, because Legacy of the always starts off very quickly. So what we have from my opponent is Marines and Expansion. Quite early 2 gases there, but I guess this is Legacy of the Void. They are going to be coming down a lot earlier. And I'm going for a fast Stalker and a Mothership Core just to put some pressure on here. Behind this, I've taken Expansion straight away, and I'm going into 2 extra gateways. I don't have a Robo yet, which is a bit strange for me, because I do like my Robos against Terran players. But yeah, I'm just going with some gateway units to begin with. And I'm going to start working on this supply depot. Back home, I'm being very careful to continue those probes. This is going to make me cringe because this military core isn't moving, and as you're going to see, I'm still not very good with the new abilities. If we looked at my camera here, I would just be staring in disbelief that this didn't do exactly what I was expecting it to do. Yeah, I've lost many a humble engagement. That was a military core and a Stalker for 3 Marines. I've lost many a humble engagement because I have no idea what the abilities and spells and units are doing anymore in the beta, so expect more and more of that. The reason I'm bringing you this game the very first time I'm having to deal with the new Terran unit is just so I can show you me being very confused and scared, which is the trend of many of the videos I've been making recently. So now I've gone for my Robo. I made this 3 gateways just to be extra safe. It's going to pay off quite a lot now because I'm going to be able to throw in just 1 sentry. Yeah, don't need more than that. It's going to be very useful because I'm going to be making a few units because I just lost everything, which is a pain, obviously. You can react to Liberators. Interesting. 150, 150. Now that was an expensive structure there. That seems a bit broken because you can build them so fast. How long do they take? 43 seconds. That doesn't seem a huge amount of time. Compared to, it's the same time as a Raven. I guess that's decent. Same time as a Banshee as well. Interesting. It seems quite broken because you can build them 2 at a time from just a single starport, but that's 300 gas a piece. 300. That's an expensive looking structure right there. That's going to take up most of his income, which is not too bad. For me, I'm going to go for standard disruptors with a supply block. That's very important to the build. +1. Ordinary stuff. This is looking like Wings of the Heart of the Swarm stuff here, but except I'm going for the Disruptor instead of Colossus and range, and I'm going for an extremely early third base. The main reason I'm doing this is because pressure and stuff, I can kill that with Disruptors quite nicely if they're in quite small numbers. So that's fine. That's fine. Coming out here, I'm going to use the Control Shift F hotkey so I can follow these without having to think. These are the first few Liberators coming out from my opponent. They deal one hell of a lot of damage. You don't get quite to get to see how much damage they deal versus ground, but it is quite high. The attack versus air isn't huge, but it's nice to have that. It does help it deal with Mothership cores and things, so that it can get into a good position to start harassing, which I have experienced firsthand in many other games. This is just the first one of my many terrible experiences against these horrible units. Though I don't mind them really; they're quite cool units. So here comes in my first drop here. Meanwhile, he's preparing to do harassment of his own, but I'm going to get the first push. In I come. And this has potential. This has potential. That's quite a bit of damage. That was quite a bit of damage. That was quite a bit of damage. If we look at the workers killed, 12 in a single shot. That's pretty nice. I don't think I killed a worker. Might have killed one SCV, so that was 11 or 12. One scouting SCV, so that may have been 11 or 12 workers killed there. Just to clarify that sentence, in case you didn't quite get it, but I'm sure that was understandable enough in hindsight. Here comes that first bit of pressure. So you place down that area in which the Liberators can fire, and it's quite wide, and then they can fire. Simple as that. It seems not very powerful from this first little look, but they do a hell of a lot of damage. That was, you couldn't really appreciate it from firing at pros, but they were doing a whole 85 damage there. So that's gonna two-shot units and things like that. And what I did over there was not kill SCVs. If you thought I might have killed SCVs, I didn't kill any. What I actually did, he sent a few units here to deal with the drop coming in. I decided to kill all the army that was there, which resulted in 3 or 4 Marauders dying in one shot, which is cool. Very cost-efficient units, Disruptors, and it's definitely just what Protoss needs. And I do love Disruptors. Not sure whether I like Adepts or Disruptors more. Adepts definitely because they are core units, which is really cool that they've actually made such a fundamental change. But Disruptors do so much damage, and look at this! Look at this! 2 more Marauders just for funsies. It could have done a hell of a lot more if he wasn't looking. And that's really cool about 20 units, that Disruptor. Much more than these Liberators have done, even though he's probably not being as active with them as he probably could be. I think Liberators can't shoot at cannons and things and static defences, so they are very dealable in the deal-withable with regards to their harassment. Very early 4th base coming in. Feels insane at 8:30, throwing down the 4th base, but there we go. Even though this game's been very aggressive, there's been a lot of bases as well. Got that first Colossus in. Do I have +2 coming in? I do have +2. Got charge going on for Blink as well. Getting all of my box of tricks here for Protoss. The only thing that I need now is some Stargate, but now I'm just going for some Colossus. Disruptors, just rounding out my mix. High Templar as well. I've got all the splash damage. Really nice, strong army here. And you might wonder why I didn't go for any sort of air units against Liberators. Well, Liberators really shit against ground anti-air, but they're quite decent against air units with their attack abilities, which do deal splash damage. Yeah. They're quite good anti-air. I mean, you probably saw in the introduction to Liberators in the video that Blizzard puts out, but they can shut down Void Rays and Phoenix and all sorts of air units. They're very strong. So now he's going to go for some zoning tactics here. It's really good play. So what this does is I can't attack from this angle, and that's going to give him lots of room to take out my expansion. Unfortunately for me, what I had done here is not knock down these rocks. I hadn't knocked down the rocks, so I couldn't come in to defend. So he's probably going to kill this. What you saw me do there is lose a Disruptor, but what I was planning to do is use its speed to move through this area, this region. while it was indestructible. The Storm's coming in, missing a lot of them, and the Liberators are putting in a lot of work. I just can't move in to engage this army because the Liberators are putting in so much damage. Here you can see, in the flesh, there is 85 damage a shot, with a range of 15. Range of 15, wow. That's impressive. But I am eventually able to shut those down. I've lost this 4th base. I would have thought a decent amount of probes. But I'm still on equal bases, because he hasn't actually moved into a 4th yet. Do I have my Disruptor around? Do I have my Disruptor around? I seem to have lost my Disruptor. That must have gone down at some point. Apologies for missing that. It was probably during that engagement, so I didn't really want to stop focusing on the most important part here. If I had another person observing and pinging on the mini-map, that would be really cool, but I don't have luxuries like that. So I'm going in for another Warp Prism here. I made another Warp Prism and another Disruptor. Do I have one in the army as well? Could do with one in the army. I mean, they're always good to have in the army. Just 1 or 2. Not more than that, because they don't scale up as well as the Colossus by far. But in small numbers they are great. Absolutely great. Going for another push here. 2-pronged attack. I'm going to be trying to deny him out of deny him from taking a 5th base. Possibly pressuring this 4th here while I go for this attack at his front. So I've got a whole 2 Colossus, mini High Templar. I don't think he has ghosts or anything like that, so these can put in a lot of damage. Does he see this? Does he see this? He's looking at it, yeah.
Is under attack.
So I've gone for this Disruptor push, just dealing a little bit of damage. Three kills there, not too much, but it's preventing him from settling into that 4th like he would like to, whereas I am settling into my 4th very nicely, adding on lots of Archons. The reason I'm going for Archons is because they're very good anti-air units, and I would have thought Liberators are very bad at them, against them. So that was just a little bit of a positioning war, using a Phoenix just to see if he's sieging up this area with his Liberators. I see he's not, and go back to attack. Unfortunately, he just saw everything with a scan, so he's just going to be in that position anyway, so that wasn't a very well thought out push. But I do get some time attacking him before his Liberators kick in. Get quite a few storms off here. Very good storms. Shocking, actually. Even though he put in a lot of damage with the Liberators, I could still splash him to death a little bit here. But my army value's a bit small now. I'm going to have to go home. I have some very expensive units here, which aren't going to be good without support, so I'm going to have to go home, unfortunately. Meanwhile, I still have my Warp Prism sitting up there happily. It's got a counter attack from the side, which is nice, prepared. I do have some units here to deal with that, so that surely won't do much damage. Let's have a little look. Reacted pretty fast. Lost 3 probes. For a couple of Marines, not a huge deal. And I'm going to be moving into my own 5th before he has. I've been very responsible of expanding before my opponent at all times. I think I've been ahead quite nicely in economy. Oh, and that's a really nice Disruptor coming in at his 4th. 14 kills on that. They're all really paying off, these Disruptor drops. Very hard to not make them work out really well, unless you make some really drastic mistakes with the Warp Prism and lose it to a turret or something, then you can do a lot of damage. Interesting fact, I might not intuitively think of it. I don't know if you think the same way. I feel like Disruptor's abilities are similar to the Storm's, but they in fact actually do damage to buildings, so you can use enough Disruptors to destroy turrets and bunkers and all sorts of shit. It's really good. So we've got 3 Colossus. Good number there. Lots of storms, and he's not sieged up in time. So I get this 3 seconds to do damage. I'm going to drop some storms on that. Weaken those Liberators. They're really weak now. If only I went in to drop 1 more storm, that would probably kill at least 2 of those. But now he can move in to repair them with his SCVs, though he's not doing it. Disruptor's still in position. Sitting on 5th base is on 5 bases here. He's not moving into his 5th base. Really nice storm. So good. If you saw that, it did just 2 shots. Pretty much 2-shot Colossus. Liberator's pretty good. Got to get out of the range of them. That was a fastly dead how fastly did it arc on there. But now I'm still in this 5th base. He isn't moving into that 5th base. He's lost the 4th base. I must be way ahead in economy. The only problem I have is my bases aren't mining as efficiently as they could be. That one's mining pretty efficiently. Probably could transfer a few of these workers over to here, where they'd be mining more efficiently. But even though I'm really ahead in economy, macro's slipping a little bit. My army value isn't particularly high, and he's going for a big march over to my 5th base. And he's going to be zoning me out of defending it, so it looks like I'm going to be losing quite a few workers here and a base. Shouldn't be walking over there. Liberator's killing off my Colossus really fast. And my High Templar. Really bad move by me. But luckily I have DTs. Getting off quite a bit, doing quite a bit of damage. Instantly evaporating as soon as the scan drops there. I'm not sure if they paid off in the end. And now, I've only just started up 2 more Colossus, and it's looking really dire for me. I'm losing all my bases, and it's very difficult for me to defend myself because whenever I go over to attack this bio, they're going to kite into this area where I can't move my units because they're just going to instantly die to Liberator shots. I really want to see how many kills that's got. Every now and then I've just been poking in, killing off mules and things. It's really stopped him from getting too far ahead in economy, but his army is just the thing which I can't beat. Liberator is just so effective, and I can't believe you can just react to them. That's really cool. Really, intuitively I would have thought that would require a tech lab, but we'll see how it works out. Just making a few stalkers here. That camouflaged really well with the background. I think I didn't see that when I was playing the game as well. Whoa. Whoa. Okay. So you have to set your ID to your availability to busy, or you get loads of chat messages from the global chat thing. Unfortunately, I've lost that disruptor now, so I'm not going to be able to pressure this 5th. Which means I'm now going to fall behind in economy as well as economy. Did I say the same thing twice? Economy as well as army. Nice little storm. Very cost effective, but I just don't have enough splash damage anymore. I could have done with a lot more disruptors just saved up, sent in one at a time. And Liberator's just putting in too much damage here. Killing off all these units, and I GG out. So, hope you enjoyed that game. I got distracted quite a few times by little things like the availability. I will have to get used to doing that. So, you heard it here first. You have to be busy in game or you're going to get spammed by a lot of messages. I was surprised there wasn't more actually, because I've had just walls of text before, like up to up to like here. Just coming through like it's Twitch chat because of that general chat, so yeah, I gotta look out for that. But other than that, I was playing pretty good throughout this game, just up until that very last point where I was trying to defend this 4th and 5th base. I think the main factor was the zoning out of my units here. Liberator's putting so much work if you don't prepare for them properly, but good positioning on Stalkers, Archons, High Templar can deal with them quite easily, as I was demonstrating earlier on in the game, until I just got overwhelmed here. Unfortunate. So, yes, I hope you enjoyed that game again. I'll see you later. I'll definitely bring some more of these of me dying against Liberators. Goodbye.